where we want to give bite-sized, helpful tips to youngsters, because I feel like most like youngsters of today must be more difficult than what we had. Like they live a more complicated life, right? Because of social media, because of gadgets, because of all of, because we lived a more simpler life. So through our podcast, through the experts we get in, through all the people who are successful, we are trying to kind of make their lives a little better. Like I said, through those 4 aspects. So I'll ask you for quick tips that you can probably give any youngster who's watching, wants to be a director. Number 1 is how do you deal with your mental health? If you could give me in short.
Very hard actually. You need to find avenues to keep yourself positive. You need to find people who will keep you positive. You will have to engage yourself, and it's a constant, reminder. Right. So see, like they say, a relationship is a constant. You have to put in a lot of effort into a relationship.
Correct.
You can't take a relationship for granted.
Correct.
Either it's having a girlfriend or being married and having a wife or a husband. It's once you're married, you're not done. You have to contribute.
Yeah.
So same with mental health as well. There has to be a reminder every day in the morning that find avenues where you stay yourself positive. So it's very hard. Find people who are genuinely friends or family or whoever it is, or people who when you see some people you feel energetic. You feel
there's
a
little
smile on your
positive.
face.
Yeah.
Surround yourself with people to stay positive. I'll give you an example. So my last film, Bond, big time in the box office. So Tuesday, 2 months ainde. It felt like 6 months. It felt like I've been in a shell for 6. So it's very hard. It really hit me very, very, very hard for multiple reasons. And I didn't expect this kind of a result. So it took a lot out of me to I'm still there trying to cope up, come out. So I went for two vacations basically. Went to watch to see to a tiger safari in Tadova. It's a reserve forest. So when I saw the tiger, it's very rare. But Tadova is a place where you can actually spotting a tiger is more chances of spotting a tiger. So I saw it's an exhilarating experience. I felt like shit, man. I saw tiger in the wild, and then took a picture. I'm like, what? This is more than seeing an Eiffel Tower or seeing the Colosseum. I didn't feel as much excited as I was when I saw it. So those little things might look very silly, simple, or nothing, but they will take you out of where you are.
Correct.
And then try to give you a perspective. Find a perspective. So we are human beings. There is only one life. Life is very, very, very precious. And imagine what it took for you to transform into this body. Millions of sperms, fighting for each other, with each other to become that one, and then you became that one person, right?
Correct.
So out of all odds, from your birth till who you are today, you're fighting bacteria, virus, bombs, crashes, accidents, everything to stay alive. That means inadvertently or without knowing, you are surviving. There's a survival instinct in you, and then you should be happy that you're alive.
Correct.
What is the worst thing that can happen? Death, right?
Yeah.
Death, yeah. That is the only truth.
That is the worst thing. Simple pote,
Correct.
utter flop laute, super hit laute.
Correct.
Doesn't matter. Or you lose a job, you lose a girlfriend. Doesn't matter. Everything will pass. This too shall pass.
Yes.
Success will also pass.
Yeah.
Failure will also pass.
Correct.
You are alive. You're happy. Surround yourself. Life is very precious. Surround yourself with people.
Correct.
Who you like. Doesn't matter. If they like you or not.
That's a good
Keep your mental sanity good.
Yeah.
Be selfish in a way.
Yeah.
Be selfish so that you keep yourself when you're happy, you're automatically the other person will be happy. If you're depressed and you're hard to handle or to deal with, then everybody around you is also unhappy.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, that's what my college professor used to say about
Oh.
me. That this fellow too shall pass. I'm sorry, I apologize for that. Okay, then the second thing. Actually, that was a very nice point. That that it never ends.
Yeah.
People think that okay, after I become successful, my mental health will be because we associate it with success, but it's not true necessarily.
No.
How many successful people went into depression?
Yeah.
So the other day there was an article on Times about depression of celebrities, and I think 4 or 5 days ago, every person goes through depression.
Correct.
Every
Yeah.
person.
Yeah.
It's a phase.
So the more successful you are, the more depressed you will be.
Could be actually. Yeah.
Because that's not the end, right? It's
Yeah.
not like once you attain the peak, Mount
Yeah.
Everest, climb this, You
Correct.
have to sleep,
There's
wake up
more.
the next day,
Oh no.
and then do the trek again.
Yeah.
Life trek. So don't think that this is it. It's a long haul. You are in for a long haul.
Correct.
So prepare your ammunition for a longer journey.
Every day you
That's
can't
a
be
great
on Mount
point.
Everest.
Yeah.
One day you have to
Some
get
days you
down.
feel like jumping from there.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a long haul. Prepare for the
Yeah, that's actually a great point, man. Thanks. Number two, India is now going through some sort of a fitness revolution. Like people are kind of taking care of their bodies. Any tips for a creative person? Like, is it important? How do you do it? Anything about like physical fitness? Keeping yourself
See,
fit?
I would say there is a difference. So a little one experience that I had. So there's something called. So I used to attend yoga classes in US. Okay, there's this thing called Bikram yoga, which
Correct.
is hot yoga.
Hot
right?
yoga, yes.
So I went to that class. Me and my colleague, who's my manager at the time. So it's a 1 hour class. It's hard. It's hot yoga. You get cramps if you have to take a lot of water input and you have to be really fit to be in one session. So 5 minutes into the session, I was cramped up. I had to take water, then start again. Then every 5-10 minutes, I had to take a break in a 1 hour session. So there is one lady. She did back-to-back 1 hours sessions. And then she didn't look, when you look at her, she's lean and all that, she didn't look like she had a perfect body. And I asked my the colleague plus manager, like, I mean, she looks like she's a little sloppy, she looks like she doesn't have a great fitness levels, but seems like she has a great fitness.
Yeah.
And he said, yeah, that's the unfortunate thing. What people see is the body and they think you're fit. But whether you're fit or not is inside you, right? So you go to the gym, make a great body, that doesn't mean you're fit. Right? So it's endurance.
Yeah.
It's not like you have a six-pack and then you're inside. If you might have a six-pack, but inside your organs are failing because of that six-pack.
Yeah.
So healthy is different from looking fit.
Correct.
Looking physically fit is different from actually being fit and healthy.
Correct.
And mental fitness also is part of being fit. So don't go by the physical look, but see if you're actually fit. From an endurance point of view, from being fit mentally. If you're happy here, your body also reflects
Correct.
that. So concentrate on your mental fitness.
Correct.
And then trying to be happy. Success is what you define success, not what other person defines success. So for you, success could be crossing this road. You traffic law. If I can cross this road, I'm happy. And be happy. Find happiness in little things.
Correct.
If I can have a coffee, in the next half an hour, I'm happy. Be happy. So like Ledu, I will save these for me to become this, astronaut, or then moon landing. Just then I'm happy. Until then I'm miserable, and you'll be miserable all your life.
Correct. Even after the moon landing.
Even after moon landing.
Correct. Yeah.
Then by that, when you land on moon, you're like intana.
Correct. Yeah. Because you put all your you pegged all your hopes on
Correct. And then you don't know what to do next.
Correct. Correct. Correct.
And if you're used to passing one day at a time, then That would be more.
You're happy every day, so you're enjoying the process of in doing or achieving what you're doing.
Correct.
So it doesn't really matter. So
Yeah.
you will achieve moon landing, but it's okay. It's another moon landing. Let me try Mars.
Correct.
So do you guys watch South Park?
Yeah.
I remember.
There is lot. I would say Bhagavad Gita lo enta.
Yeah, those guys are geniuses.
Oh
man.
my
Mad.
god, man! Oh my god! There's an episode in South Park where Cartman is my favorite guy.
Yeah.
Eric Cartman, right?
Yeah.
So they're into this video games, right? So they gang up on these online games and they sit for 10 days, 15 days, and they win. Finally, they win, and they're like, "What next, dude?" Okay, what do we do now? Now it's like, we've won the war. Like, what next? I'm like, let's do it again. But then you're like, so it's lost. So the writers are geniuses.
Yeah, they are.
I would say everybody should. It's a little adultish, but
Yeah. No, but as a comedian, as somebody who writes humor, I feel like South Park really pushed the boundaries of what you can joke about, right? They are.
And it's so informative, so today's world, so true.
Correct.
And a lot of depth in the writing.
True.
It's not just super stuff.
Yeah, it's amazing that you're a South Park fan, man. Yeah. And here's my final question. I'm sorry we kept you so long.
I've kind of enjoyed it.
Yeah. So, for people of today, for youngsters of today, managing their time is very, very difficult also. It's crucial and it's difficult because just look at the distractions they're surrounded by, right? Like when we grew up, probably, a movie on a TV was a distraction.
Right.
Internet with that slow, Desi Baba, that was a distraction. Right? But now they're surrounded by distraction.
Right.
So, what tip would you give to a youngster who is aspiring to become a filmmaker or not to better manage their time?
To better manage their time. See, it's different for every person, right? It depends on who you are as a person.
Correct. What do you do though? Do you have some tools or?
To manage, see, I like I said, either I'm very lazy or very active.
Correct.
So I'm not in between.
Correct.
So when I'm active, I always plan. There is a planning, but the planning came from my workplace in IBM.
Oh.
So I had, again, to extend this conversation, I had 3 bosses in IBM who shaped me, who I am, who shaped my personality. I have to always give that credit to them because I was also a very a kid who didn't have a sense of direction, who didn't who was very very sporadic and restless, and no patience and all that. So my 10 years in IBM, from an entry level guy to leading a team, learned a lot. Learned a lot, which is working in my work environment, and also as a person. My personality kind of built there. So I had, my first boss was a Malaysian boss who's like a whip cracker. He would say, "This is what I want." Spreadsheet చేస్తే స్ప్రెడ్ లో ఫాంట్ ఎంత ఉండాలి, ఏ బోల్డ్ లో ఉండాలి, లెఫ్ట్ ఇన్ ఎండ్ ఉండాలా, సెంటర్ ఇన్ ఎండ్ ఉండాలా, ఫాంట్ సైజ్ ఏంటి, ఇటాలిక్స్ ఉండాలా లేదా, హెడర్ ఎల్లో పెట్టాలి, ఎల్లోలో ఏ షేప్ పెట్టాలి. I used to be restless and impatient, like, why the hell? This is not important, right? This is not what we do. It's like, no, Praveen, these are important things. These are important things. When you see, first impressions are always the best impressions.
Yeah.
You have to put in that effort for you. So I didn't realize there was one incident where I threw papers. This is IBM. This is not a film set, and then walked away.
Because it's a filmy thing to do.
Yeah. Well, and he was my manager. I walked off and I'm like, what did I do? He didn't say. Next day morning I came. He didn't say anything. I went and I said, Keen, I'm sorry. It's okay, Praveen. So let me know when you're done with the spreadsheet. Went back, did that. So finished that. the whole thing. So he was my manager for a year. He moved on to a different project. A new manager came in. This guy was in Malaysian. The new one is an American. Americans are like, chill down, guys, dudes. They give you personal space. When he came in, he didn't know anything about the project. So I was there on the project for like 3 years. So he was very nervous. Like he didn't know what the hell did I come into and all that. First 1 hour, I gave him a breakdown of what the project is and what we did and what we're supposed to do. And then he got up and he hugged me. He said, "Thank you, thanks, Praveen." I was so nervous, and it's gone now. I know that it's all sorted. That you're in control of everything. And that's when freaking I realized, shit, the reason why I'm in control without me knowing that I'm in control is because of that hard work that I did.
Yeah, with the previous boss.
The previous boss.
So sometimes you hate your boss, but he's actually he's coming from a place where you don't know.
Yeah.
Right? So you should always, don't jump into judging somebody. Don't jump into concluding, why he's behaving a certain way. He's coming from a place where you weren't there. Try to take a step back and think where he's coming from and see if you can learn something from that. So every person, from a kid to a 90-year-old has something for you, to teach you. But what is the question?
No, you
The
answered
time
it,
management.
actually.
You learned it from
Time
your.
management, right?
Yeah. So I
when
guess use the tools that you have.
correct. You learn. See, it's not about time management. It boils down to time management when you see the bigger picture, right? When you learn from everything surrounding you, from successful people, from people who failed, from people who didn't have luck, but much more talented than you are. It's just luck, right? Film industry is all about luck.
Yeah.
Being in the right place, the right time, sending the right message, the right time.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right? You could be much more talented than the next person, but hey, never ever complain. Who you are today is because of who you are, not because of what your father did to you, or your brother did to you, or your friends did to you.
Correct.
That's a good point.
You are who you are because
Yeah.
you still have time. Even if you are 60 years old, you still have time to shape up your life. It's in your hands.
Yeah.
When you stop complaining is when you will become somebody. Take it upon yourself. It's because of you.
Accept.
Accept it.
Accept yourself.
Right? Yeah, that's it. See, nobody knows how to parent, right? Take your parents for that. They've learned on the job.
On the job, yeah.
You are the experiment.
I'm learning on my job.
Correct.
I'm learning how to parent. There's no book. There are tons of books, but there are. So you learn. So they did their best, dude.
Yeah.
Now
We are
we
are our parents' experience.
right.
Yeah.
And then you take their experiences. You don't do the same mistakes.
Yeah.
And then you try to become better. You think you're better than them, right?
But your child will again be like, oh, this it's a never-ending journey, I guess.
It's no, see, and again I've realized now that I'm a parent and I've seen half my life, like it's like you have to reinvent the wheel all over again. They see, my father, he'll tell you from his experience. You will not listen. Because you can't see where he's coming from.
Correct.
You have to experience it for you to understand. By the time you experience this, you're 40.
Yeah.
Then you give the same gyan to your kid.
Yeah. And he also
like,
And
do
he's
the same
also
thing.
not saying it.
And then you're like sitting, you look at your dad, thanks dad, and look at it, and he'll learn someday.
Yeah. That's very apt, actually. Reinventing the wheel.
It's everybody has to go through those experiences.
Correct.
But you will become successful when you learn from others' experiences. You will not have, your lifetime is not enough to experience everything, right?
Correct.
So you absorb everything
Yeah.
from the universe. You learn from the universe.
Yeah.
And you put your own perspective.
Yeah.
Don't take it for the face value. A lot of people, bite a camera pattangane, everybody will say that they've conquered the world. That's not who those people are. There is a dark side to them. There is a downside to them. They've gone through a lot. Right? So try to learn from that and then apply it to your life.
I don't know. Well,
Too much jnana.